You have been waking up the same way for years. Maybe with a cup of coffee, maybe skipping breakfast, or maybe just moving through the motions without thinking twice. And that is perfectly understandable. But what if I told you that some of these little habits, the ones that feel so normal, so harmless, might actually be working against your health, your energy, and even your mood, especially now that you are over 60 years old? This is not just another health video filled with tips you will forget tomorrow. This is a warm, honest conversation from someone who genuinely cares. Because after 60, your body begins to speak in whispers. A small ache here, a little more tired than usual, a foggy head that is hard to shake. And if we do not listen to these whispers now, they might turn into something louder down the line. Today, I want to gently walk you through 6 common morning habits that many older women follow every single day. Habits that doctors are quietly begging women over 60 to stop, not to make life harder, but to help you live better. And more importantly, I am going to show you what to do instead. Small, loving changes that can bring more clarity, strength, and calm to your mornings. Because here is the truth. Your morning is not just the start of your day. It is the foundation of your well-being. And the way you treat yourself in the first hour after waking can set the tone for how you feel, think, and move for the rest of the day. Habit 1, skipping water in the morning. Let me start with a simple but powerful question. What is the very first thing you put into your body after waking up? For many women, especially those over 60, the answer is usually coffee or tea. And I understand why. That warm mug is more than just a drink. It is a ritual, a comfort, maybe even a moment of peace before the day begins. But here is the truth. If you are not drinking a full glass of water first thing in the morning, your body is waking up already at a disadvantage. When we sleep for 7, sometimes even 8 hours, we are not drinking anything. That means your body goes into a mild state of dehydration overnight. And unlike when we were younger, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable with age. We may not feel thirsty, but our cells are still craving hydration. What does this mean in real terms? Dehydration after 60 can show up in ways you may not expect. Morning headaches, fatigue, slower thinking, dry skin, constipation, even increased joint pain. One study found that even slight dehydration can affect memory, balance, and concentration in older adults. And many women never connect these symptoms to something as simple as not drinking enough water. Now, here is something doctors rarely tell you. Drinking coffee before water can actually make dehydration worse. Caffeine is a diuretic, which means it pulls more water out of your body. That first cup of coffee might perk you up for a moment, but it could also be stealing the hydration your body desperately needs to function well. But here is the good news. This habit is one of the easiest to change, and the benefits can be felt quickly. Starting your day with just 1 glass of water, 8 to 12 ounces, can help flush out toxins, jumpstart digestion, and boost energy naturally. Some women even report clearer thinking within 30 minutes of doing this consistently. Want to take it one step further? Add a slice of lemon or a pinch of sea salt to your water. The lemon helps wake up your digestive system, and the sea salt contains trace minerals that improve water absorption. Especially helpful if you are prone to leg cramps or low energy in the morning. Here's a simple tip. Place a glass of water on your nightstand before bed. That way, it is the first thing you see when you wake up. You do not have to wait. You do not have to think. Just drink. Let that be your gentle wake-up call before the coffee, the texts, the news, or even the to-do list. Remember, hydration is not about being trendy or perfect. It is about showing your body a small act of love the moment your eyes open. Over time, that small act can lead to fewer aches, more clarity, and a better start to your day every single day. Habit 2, checking your phone first thing in the morning. Let me ask you something personal. What is the very first thing you do after opening your eyes in the morning? For many of us, especially in today's world, the answer is check the phone. We reach over sometimes before we've even sat up in bed and we start scrolling. Text messages, emails, news headlines, weather updates, maybe even a quick glance at social media. It feels harmless. It feels productive. But
Do it
here's the
anyway,
truth.
because
That
one
small
day
habit
you'll
could be
look back,
quietly robbing
and
you
the
of your
question
peace,
won't
your
be, how
energy,
much
and
did I
even your
earn?
emotional
It will
balance for
be,
the entire
did I
day.
truly live?
You
So
see, when
start
you wake
now.
up, your
Speak
brain
your
is in a
truth.
vulnerable,
Take that
sensitive
chance.
state. It's
Apologize.
moving from deep
Forgive.
rest into
Laugh
alertness.
louder.
This is
Love
called the
harder.
alpha state,
Chase
and it's a
what sets
sacred
your soul on
window.
fire.
One where your
Because
brain
you
is
only get
highly
one shot at
absorbent
this
and your
life.
nervous
Don't
system is
waste it.
still fragile. The first things you feed your mind in this state set the emotional tone for your whole day. Now imagine this. You wake up and the first thing you see is a stressful news story, a disturbing image, or even a message that brings up tension or worry. Your body reacts, sometimes without you even noticing it. Your heart rate goes up. Your cortisol, which is your stress hormone, spikes. And instead of starting the day feeling calm and grounded, you begin it already overstimulated and anxious. Doctors are seeing more and more older adults, especially women, reporting issues like poor sleep, morning anxiety, low energy, and even sadness that they cannot explain. And when asked about their routines, a surprising number of them admit to checking their phone first thing in the morning. Here's something to consider. Your phone contains other people's lives, other people's problems, and other people's opinions. If you start your day by going straight into that world, you're giving your energy away before you've even had a chance to check in with yourself. But what if you made a different choice? What if the first few moments of your day were reserved just for you? I encourage you to create a simple 15-minute phone-free window when you wake up. That's it. 15 minutes of no screens, no notifications, no outside noise. Instead, use that time to stretch your body, breathe deeply, sip warm water, reflect, or simply sit in stillness. You might be amazed at how differently your body and mind respond. Instead of starting the day in reactive mode, you begin it with intention and clarity. You get to choose what kind of energy enters your space and what kind stays out. Remember, your mornings belong to you, not your inbox, not the headlines, not the scrolling feed. You deserve a peaceful beginning, especially now in this season of life when your time and energy are more precious than ever. Habit 3, skipping protein in breakfast. Let's talk about breakfast, or maybe the lack of it. Many women I've spoken to say the same thing. I'm just not hungry in the morning, or I just have a piece of toast and coffee. That's enough for me. And while skipping a big breakfast might have worked in your younger years, after 60, your body has different needs. And it's quietly asking you to listen. One of the most overlooked nutrients in older women's health is protein. And yet it is one of the most essential not just for muscle strength but for bone density, brain clarity, immune function and energy levels. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass. This condition called sarcopenia is common after 60 and can lead to weakness, slower movement, and even increased risk of falls. But here's what most people don't realize. This loss is not inevitable. It can be slowed down, even reversed with enough quality protein, especially in the morning. Why the morning? Because your body has been fasting overnight. When you wake up, your muscles are like dry sponges ready to absorb nutrients. Giving your body protein within the first hour of waking helps fuel your metabolism, support muscle repair, and even balance your blood sugar for the rest of the day. Yet, so many breakfasts fall short. A plain piece of toast, a banana, maybe a muffin or bowl of cereal. These are high in carbs, low in protein, and they can leave you feeling tired or hungry again within an hour or two. What does a protein-rich breakfast look like? It doesn't have to be complicated. Here are a few easy ideas. 2 eggs with a handful of spinach and a sprinkle of cheese. Greek yogurt with berries and chia seeds. A smoothie with protein powder, almond milk, frozen fruit, and a spoonful of nut butter. Cottage cheese with sliced peaches and walnuts. Even leftovers from dinner, like grilled chicken or tofu and veggies, can work beautifully. For those who prefer something warm and comforting, you can even stir a scoop of collagen peptides into your morning tea or coffee. It dissolves easily, has no flavor, and adds an extra boost of protein without any fuss. Doctors recommend that older women aim for at least 20 grams of protein in the morning. And while that might sound like a lot, just 2 eggs and a small Greek yogurt gets you there. Remember, breakfast is not just about eating. It's about nourishing. It's about giving your body the fuel it needs to support you, to keep you strong, balanced, and steady throughout the day. You've cared for others your whole life. This small habit is a way to care for you. Habit 4, negative self-talk in the mirror. Now, let's talk about something most people never mention. Something quiet, personal, and deeply powerful. The way you speak to yourself. Specifically, what do you say to yourself when you look in the mirror in the morning? For many women, especially after the age of 60, those first few moments in front of the mirror can be filled with silent criticism. A sigh, a frown, maybe a passing thought like, "Look at these wrinkles." Or, "I look so tired today." Or even worse, "What happened to me?" It happens quickly, almost unconsciously. But over time, those small comments, the ones no one else hears, start to shape how we feel about ourselves. And here's the truth. Our bodies, our faces, our skin, they tell a story. A powerful, beautiful story of everything we've lived through. Every laugh, every tear, every late night comforting a child, every early morning spent taking care of someone else. These lines, these changes, they're not flaws. They're evidence that you've lived, that you're still here. But too often, we look in the mirror and don't see strength. We see what's missing. We compare ourselves to old photos, to other women, to younger versions of who we once were. And we speak to ourselves in ways we would never speak to a friend. That has to change because your words, especially the ones you say to yourself, carry energy. And starting your day with harshness, even quiet harshness, can dim your spirit before your day even begins. So, what can you do instead? Begin with awareness. Tomorrow morning, when you see yourself in the mirror, pause.
And today I want to
Notice
tell you
the
about
first
the one
words that
healthy
come to
habit
mind.
that changed
Are they loving?
everything for me.
Are they kind?
It
Or
wasn't
are they
something
heavy and
fancy.
critical?
It
Then
wasn't
gently
something
replace them with
expensive.
something
It
nourishing.
was something so
You can say
simple,
something as simple
yet so
as,
powerful.
"Thank you,
I almost ignored
body,
it.
for carrying
But
me
I'm
this
so
far.
glad I didn't.
I'm still here.
Let me
I'm
take you
still
back.
growing. I may not look the same,
Seen
but I am
flashback
wiser than I've
visuals,
ever been."
tired,
These
stressed,
lines on my
unhealthy
face,
lifestyle.
they're proof that I've smiled,
There was
that
a
I've
time when I used to
survived.
feel tired all the
Better
time.
yet, write
Low
down a
energy,
morning affirmation
bad
and tape
sleep,
it to your mirror.
mood swings,
Let it be
no
the first
focus.
voice you hear each day.
Even though I was
A
doing
voice that
everything I
reminds
was
you of your
supposed to
worth,
do,
not your age.
working, paying bills,
This isn't about
surviving,
pretending
I
everything is
wasn't
perfect.
living.
It's
I was
about
just
choosing compassion over
existing.
criticism.
Until
It's
one
about
day I
making peace
decided
with the mirror
enough
and
is
more
enough.
importantly with the
I
woman
needed a
looking back
change.
at you.
But not a
You
crash
deserve
diet,
that.
not a
Habit
5 a.m.
5,
gym routine,
sitting too long
not
after
some
waking
magic
up.
pill.
Let's be
I
honest,
started with one
mornings
thing,
can feel
waking up
stiff.
just 30 minutes
After a full
earlier,
night of
for
lying still,
myself.
it's perfectly
No
normal
phone,
to want to
no
ease into the
rush,
day
no
slowly.
pressure,
Maybe you
just
sit
me,
on the edge
my
of the
breath,
bed for a
and a
while,
quiet
sip your
moment.
coffee in your favorite
Every
chair,
morning I
or stay
began with
curled
10
up under
minutes
the
of deep
blanket
breathing.
just a bit longer.
Then I'd write down
There
3
is
things I was
absolutely
grateful
nothing
for.
wrong with enjoying a
And
peaceful
finally, I'd move
morning.
my body.
But if sitting becomes
Just a
the only
simple
thing you
stretch
do
or
for
a
the
short
first
walk.
30 minutes or more
That's
after
it.
waking up, your body
Breathe,
may start
write,
paying the price
move.
in ways that become
This
more
became my
noticeable with
morning
age.
ritual. And
After
slowly things
60,
began to
movement
shift.
is no longer
I felt
optional.
calmer throughout
It's
the day.
essential. When we
My
stay
focus
seated too
improved.
long after
I slept
waking,
better.
the body's natural
I started
circulation
making healthier
remains
choices
sluggish.
naturally.
Muscles
I felt
stay
alive
tight,
again.
joints
It
stay
wasn't
stiff,
magic,
and the
it was
signals that tell
consistency.
your brain,
This
we're
one
awake.
healthy habit
We're
became the
alert.
foundation
We're
of my
ready to
better
move.
life.
Never fully
Because when
turn
you start
on.
your day
Over
with
time,
intention,
this habit
the
can
rest
lead
of the
to a
day
slower
follows
gait,
your lead.
more frequent
So if you're
falls,
struggling
reduced
right
balance,
now,
and even
don't wait for
emotional
the perfect
sluggishness.
time. Don't
Doctors
wait for
have found that
motivation.
older
Just
adults who
start with
stay
one
sedentary
habit.
in the
Just
mornings
one.
are more likely to
Maybe,
report
like
low
me, you'll
energy,
start with a
mild
mindful
depression,
morning.
and slower
And maybe,
cognitive
just
performance
maybe,
throughout the day.
that one habit will
But
change
here's
your
the
life
hopeful
too.
part. The
Because your
solution
life
is
doesn't change
simple,
all at
gentle,
once.
and
It
completely
changes
within your
one
reach.
small choice at a time.
You don't need a
Start
gym.
today
You
for
don't need a
yourself.
trainer.
Hey,
You don't
what if I
even need
told
a
you that
lot
your
of
life is
time.
happening right
What your
now,
body needs
and
is a
it's slipping
signal,
away
a
every
loving cue
second?
that says, it's
Not
time to wake
tomorrow,
up.
not
Now,
next
just
year.
5 to 10 minutes of
Right
light
now.
movement in the morning can
Most
make a
people are
world of
just
difference.
waiting
Think of it like
waiting for
greeting
the
your
right
body
time,
with gratitude.
waiting
Here
for
are a few
motivation,
ideas. Stand
waiting
and
for a
stretch your
sign,
arms high above your
waiting for
head, then
everything
out
to
to
be
the
perfect.
sides.
But
Roll
here's
your
the truth
shoulders
no one wants
backward
to
and
hear.
forward.
Life
March gently
doesn't
in
wait.
place for 1 minute
Every
while
day
breathing
you spend
deeply.
doubting
Do
yourself,
simple leg
living in
swings or ankle
fear,
rolls to ease
scrolling
stiffness.
endlessly,
Walk slowly to the
doing things
window.
that don't
Open the
matter.
curtains and let the
You're
sunlight
trading your
touch your
time
skin.
for
If you
nothing.
enjoy music, play
Do
a
you know
calming
what's
or
the
joyful
most
song and
valuable
sway
thing
to the
you own?
rhythm. If you
Not
like
money,
nature, step
not
outside
cars,
barefoot for a moment and
not
feel
even
the
your
earth.
relationships.
The goal is not
It's your
exercise.
time.
The goal
Because
is
once it's
connection.
gone,
Movement
you
is
can
not
never get
about
it
being
back.
fit in the traditional
So ask
sense.
yourself,
It's about honoring
what
the
are you
incredible
really doing with
systems
your
inside
time?
your body,
Are you
your
living with
heart, your
purpose,
lungs, your
or just
muscles,
passing
all still
days?
working hard for
Are you
you.
chasing your dreams,
So,
or
tomorrow
escaping your
morning,
fears?
before you sit too long
Don't
or
waste your
scroll
life
too
trying to be
far,
like
take a
everyone
moment to
else.
move.
Don't live to
Even if it's
impress.
just a few
Don't
steps or
live in
gentle
regret.
stretches, you're
Don't
telling
just
your body,
survive.
I am here.
Live.
I am present,
You were not
and I am
born
ready
just
to
to pay
start
bills
this
and
day
die.
with life in my
You were
limbs and
born to
gratitude
grow,
in my
to
bones.
love, to
Habit 6.
experience,
Ignoring
to
quiet
leave
spiritual
something behind
moments.
that matters,
Let's take a
even
breath
if it's
together.
small,
Not a
even
rushed
if no one
breath,
sees
not
it.
a distracted
Do it
one
anyway,
while checking the
because
clock
one
or
day
thinking
you'll
about the
look
next
back,
thing to do,
and the
but a real
question
breath.
won't be how much did
Deep,
I earn.
slow,
It will
grounding.
be,
Because
did I
in the
truly
quiet
live?
space of the
So
morning,
start now.
before the noise
Speak your
begins,
truth.
before anyone
Take
needs
that
you,
chance.
there is something sacred
Apologize,
waiting.
forgive.
And too
Laugh
often we
louder.
miss it.
Love
We
harder.
move straight from
Chase
sleep
what
to
sets your
screen,
soul on
from bed to
fire,
busyness without
because you only
taking
get
even
one
a
shot
moment
at
to
this life.
reconnect with
Don't
the most
waste it.
important part of ourselves, our spirit. For many women, especially in the second half of life, spirituality becomes more than just belief. It becomes a lifeline, a quiet place to return to, a sense of peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, a soft reminder that no matter what happens today, we are never truly alone. But here's what happens. The world pulls us outward. Tasks, emails, responsibilities, even well-meaning family and friends, they all ask for a piece of us. And unless we intentionally set aside time, that sacred stillness disappears before we even notice it was missing. This habit, skipping over that spiritual moment, may seem harmless, but over time it drains us. It makes us feel scattered, unentered, even anxious without knowing why. It leaves our days feeling mechanical when they could have felt meaningful. So, what can we do instead? You don't need an hour. You don't need candles or perfect silence. You don't even need to call it spirituality if that word doesn't resonate with you. What matters is that you begin the day with yourself. Before you give yourself away to the world, here are a few gentle ways to start. Sit in stillness for just 5 minutes. Hands over your heart, breathing slowly. Whisper a prayer or even just say, "Thank you for this day." Read one sentence from something that lifts your soul. A verse, a poem, a quote. Write down one thing you're grateful for, even if it's small. Step outside, close your eyes, and feel the sun or wind on your skin. The goal isn't to get it right. The goal is to be present, to reconnect, to create a soft landing place for your spirit every single morning. This simple act done with consistency and intention can lower blood pressure, calm your nervous system, and gently shift your entire day. It reminds you that no matter what your age, your soul is still vibrant. Your presence still matters. Your peace is still possible. You have earned your mornings. They belong to you. Fill them not just with tasks, but with meaning. A new kind of morning. You've just taken a gentle journey through 6 morning habits. Habits that may have felt small or routine, but carry a quiet impact on your body, your mind, and your spirit. And maybe as you listened, a few of them felt familiar. Maybe you saw yourself in those quiet moments, reaching for coffee before water, scrolling through your phone before saying good morning to yourself, skipping breakfast, or skipping kindness. Here's what I want you to know with all my heart. It is never too late to choose something different. Not because you need fixing, not because you've done anything wrong, but because you deserve to feel better. You deserve to begin each day with more clarity, more strength, and more peace. The world often forgets the wisdom of women over 60. But here in this space, we don't. We honor it, we listen to it, we learn from it, and we protect it. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, I invite you to do just one thing differently. Drink the water, say the kind word, stretch your arms, feed your body, quiet your mind, not because you have to, but because you can. Change doesn't happen in a loud moment. It happens in the soft, steady choices you make each morning when no one's watching but you. You're not too old, you're not too late, and this chapter of your life, it can be your most empowered one yet. If this message touched you, I hope you'll share it with another woman who needs it. And if you'd like more wisdom, more heart, and more hope, you're always welcome here at Wise Elders Insight. Take care of yourself and remember your mornings matter, and so do